by miracle of sound. Alright, welcome back to the Shardbreaker podcast. This is episode 3 of Bands of Mourning, the third book in Mistborn Era 2. I am Midnight, your host, and I am here with Mythic.
Hello.
And Darkness.
Hello.
Alright, so we
Wait,
start...
Bands of Mourning. I thought we were on the Lost Metal already.
No, Lost Metal is next. After this episode, I think we're halfway through Bands of Mourning, though.
Wait, Lost Metal's next? I thought we did Lost Metal already.
No, Lost Metal's the
we
fourth
didn't do
book.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So we start with...
Did you read it already too, Darkness? I thought we were supposed to read that.
I mean, you guys haven't finished the Wind and Truth, the fifth Stormlight book yet? You guys are obviously supposed to be fully caught up on Brandon Sanderson by now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's been so long. I figured, we would have already read all of it by now.
Nope, we're still going.
No, I mean, like 10 days, man. We could have read all these books in 10 days for sure.
Alright, so let's start with Chapter 12, where we start with Wax's point of view as he glances around the party, thinking that all people...
Why don't we start with Chapter 16?
Nope, we're starting with Chapter 12. So yeah, he's thinking about how these people at these types of parties were all the same. Steris mentions to him that she stands out too much in her dress, considering the fashion here is different than in Elendel. Wax also notes that there are murals of ancient things like the Ascendant Warrior as he wanders through the room, having to avoid other partygoers who refuse to move out of his way. He then orders some drinks for him and Steris, while thinking about how important the conversations happening here were. As he takes his drinks and tips the bartender calls Wax back as the coin he tipped with was strange. He takes the coin back and notices that it has strange symbols on it, similar to the ones that Raidler had drawn and taken pictures of. And the other side of the coin had a picture of a head of a man with a spike through one eye. The coin was made of two metals, one an outer ring and the other an inner ring. Wax realizes that this must be the coin the beggar tossed at him earlier and wonders if there are others in circulation. So who do you think this man with a single spike in his eye is?
It's Marsh.
Marsh has two spikes.
Yeah, well, not when he gets taken.
Well, yeah, but I think the guy in this drawing has like an actual eye. I think if Marsh's spike got taken out, it would just be a hole.
Okay, but what if he got an eye transplant?
Maybe he did. Maybe he's got a fake eye. He's got a glass eye now. Who do you think this might be, Darkness?
Who do we know that? Do we know anyone that's missing a spike?
Just Raylor the Conjurer.
Maybe it's his spike.
You think somehow in like the week or two that this Raylor's been back, they've like took his spike and made coins about him, about like some guy with his spike.
Honestly,
that'd be amazing.
What if it's Spook?
It's cult activity though.
It is kind of cult activity. Could be Spook. I think maybe Spook had got like somehow got like an ATM spike to keep him young, keep him alive or something, or it's just like him in the past and someone's like recreated him or something.
I just want Spook to come back, okay?
I know you
Spook
do.
is the best character.
Definitely gonna come back. Hey.
He's here through his ancestors. Steris, your favorite character.
No.
Technically Imaraski too.
No, Steris is awesome, honestly.
Why are all his ancestors female? I don't understand.
They're not all female, it's just the ones we know are female.
Seems a little weird, don't you think?
Maybe Spook just had a lot of daughters, and so he just has like very prominent female genes that have been passed down. All of his
traveling pants.
Maybe he killed all his male descendants.
Oh damn! He's like, I can be the only one.
I can be the only male in this lineage. Kelsier told me.
Also, do you think there's a significant?
I think Spook would be the ultimate survivorist.
Probably. He did pretty much worship Kelsier quite a lot.
And he did technically follow him.
He followed him before Kelsier was dead.
Okay, but he followed him even after death, though.
He did too, but I'm saying he followed him technically before death, so he was like the first survivorist.
I think following someone after death is a little bit more meaningful than
everyone's following Kelsier after death.
Okay, but he was the first.
Yeah, he was the first. 100%.
I feel like Demo might have been one of the first ones to worship Kelsier after death.
Nope.
After death? Yeah, Demo was like all over that shit.
Nah, it was definitely
maybe you're right.
Outward say it,
I think Spook was his first ever follower, but I think Demo was like one of like the big prominent guys who followed after Kelsier
I forgot
died.
Kelsier had already had fucking a cult following at that point.
Yeah, he did. He had like all the guys hiding away in the caves. Who then like 99% of them all got killed.
Yeah, but somehow his legacy went on.
He was like a cockroach, honestly.
Oh my gosh. I mean,
Cockroach
cockroaches
king.
are the true survivors. Don't they say like they can survive like
Yeah.
nuclear fallout and shit?
Everything. Yep.
Yeah. Kelsier. So basically, Kelsier's religion is the cockroach religion. Good to know.
Nice.
Yep. I'm a cockroach believer for sure.
But yeah, my next question though was going to be: do you think there is significance to this coin having 2 metals? And if so, what do you think the metals could be?
ATM and whatever the other thing is, the radium. That's it.
If that's what the metals and the coins are made of, that's not a good way to use it.
I agree, but could you imagine him eating the coin?
You ever just get hungry and instead of buying something to eat, just munch on your money?
I thought you were more into licking walls than munching on money, Darkness.
Not Smithig, remember?
No,
that
it's
was
not
you
me.
that was licking the walls.
I hate
No,
that guy.
Smithig
I hate
loves
that guy
the
so
idea of
much.
following- No, you say you
Love that
you
guy.
secretly love the idea of following through with what he did.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I think it's
Hate
actually
that
a
dude so
huge
much.
Alamancer Jack stan. He's got like all the
Right.
merch, all the stories.
Just so that nobody else could get that delusional fucking person's shit, maybe.
But yeah, I got distracted though by you eating the coins. Did you say if you thought there was a significance in it having 2 metals or not?
I was thinking more of the along the lines of like twinborns, and maybe that's the goal. If you spec a twinborn, what do you get?
I don't know. Well, we haven't found that out yet.
You get a twinborn that's spiked. I think anyone who has hemalurgic spikes is just considered a spiked person. I don't
No,
think
but
they
I
get,
mean,
a
like,
special name.
If you spike to take their power.
Oh, to take their power. So I think we learned that you can only take 1 power at a time, unless I think there's like a specific hemalurgic metal that can steal all abilities, but that might have been like Atium or like Lerasium or something. Like, I forget. My one book doesn't have the hemalurgic
Yeah.
like yours did. But I think technically, unless you have like this one specific metal, if you spike someone who's a twinborn, you can only take 1 of their 2 powers. Because once they're dead, you can't take the other one. You gotta choose. Which I think is why they had talked about in the past, in Era 1, how like because it was difficult to get, I think, the spikes that you could steal all of the power with, like they generally tried to avoid taking powers from Mistborns and instead making Mistborns into Inquisitors if possible, because that was like better, because then you didn't like lose out on so much of the power. Whereas if you just spike a Misting, you're not like missing out on anything. You're taking like all they have.
Yeah.
And I think there was a different metal that potentially takes Alamantic powers and Ferrochemical powers. Is that chart that you had? Remember if there's a metal that takes both Ferrochemy and Alamancy, or if like as a twinborn you literally have to just choose one.
How the fuck do you choose then?
By choosing
Right.
which metal you use, which spike you use.
Oh, right.
I think it also depends on like where you spike them, like a whole thing. It's like the whole point of like it's like very very complicated hemalurgy.
Can they use the same metal as a twinborn?
Can they? Sorry, what? Use the same metal as?
Having the same metal on both sides. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay, so there's certain. Oh, geez. So yeah, you can't even. You steal all, removes all power, steals investiture. It even looks like the hemalurgy might be. Yeah, it looks like the hemalurgy is even like fully like you can't even just steal like with the metal like any ferrochemical or any alamatic power. It looks like there's like a different metal for stealing physical versus emotional like powers and stuff like that. So like yeah, it's very very specific. So yeah, you're basically missing out if you stab someone who has more than 1 ability. But yeah, so
I mean, that's what the breeding camps are for, you know?
yeah, exactly.
Jesus Christ.
So Wax goes back over to Steris, showing her the coin. She then mentions talking to Lord Entrone before speaking to the hostess of the party, as a warm-up and trial to see if they can get information about what happened to Raylar, since both Entrone and Kelisina were on Raylar's list. Wax asks if Steris will start the conversation with Entrone, but she insists that people can tell that she doesn't think the same way that they do, or like the same things they like. She says that she seems more alien to others than even Wayne or the Condra do. Wax and Steris approach Lord Entrone, and Wax nods to the people surrounding the man. Entrone knows that Wax was a lawman out in the roughs, which makes the people he's with awkward. The people he's with awkwardly say, "That sounds nice." Wax finds himself being quite awkward in the situation and unsure why the women keep laughing. He tries to bring up business, but Entrone doesn't want to, so instead Wax asks about his hobbies. One of the women mentions how fascinated by archaeology that Entrone is. Entrone then begins insulting both Wax and Steris subtly, but not subtle enough for Wax and Steris not to pick up on it. Wax is annoyed when Entrone insults him, but instantly begins cursing the man when he insults Steris and their relationship. Entrone leaves the conversation, and Wax thinks that Entrone had wanted to leave, which is why he had begun insulting them. Steris notes that Entrone didn't seem to want them to know about his history and archaeology hobby, which does tell them something. She then recommends going to speak with to someone unrelated to Rayler's list so their targets don't get suspicious. So what do you think about Lord Entrone, like, specifically trying to hide his interest in archaeology and history?
Well, I mean,
There, to be honest.
there's a lot of like talk about digging up old stuff, like
Yep.
artifacts from the past and shit. And it makes sense that they're hiding it because if it has something to do with what the group they're going after is doing,
Do you think maybe like he's potentially like somehow related to like this grave digging operation or like the set stuff?
There's a whole fucking like there's probably a whole site of just like them trying to do their operation to dig up like specific stuff. Maybe it has to do with like the metals for the next book and stuff. I'm assuming they find what they what they're looking for by the end of this book at this point. And then
I mean, I definitely don't think they're gonna like find out what's the fully in this book for sure. What's going on?
I feel like they do find it. I feel like the next one's gonna be like dealing with
consequences. Yeah. So you think it's gonna be like something that you think things are gonna like fully just all happen in the fourth book, whereas Darkness you're kind of like we're gonna learn a bunch of information this book, and then all of the fourth book's gonna be like the repercussions and consequences of what happens basically at the end of this book.
Yes. Like I feel I'm not gonna say it's gonna be everything that like we find out everything that they're trying to do.
Yeah, I mean it's unlikely that like Brandon likes to hide secrets for the next book, but you're saying like the majority, like the main points.
Like I'm saying like everything to do with like the what they're trying to find from the past. Like I'm saying like we still don't know about the women and stuff, right?
Yeah, we have no idea where they are still. We just know that they're somewhere outside of Ellendale.
So I'm gonna say we don't entirely like we're not gonna entirely find out about that until it's like a shocking factor in like the fucking fourth book or something, and they're like, this is ultimately why it happened, and then it's gonna like mess us up. But the operations they're pulling right now and what they're looking for is probably gonna happen.
So you think whatever they're doing in Dulcing probably doesn't have the women in it, but it's something else, and we'll find that out type thing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then they'll find out how the women tie into it in the fourth book or something.
Damn, Brandon just like really stringing along that thread from the first book all the way to the end here.
That would piss me off, but like it feels like it's the right path.
I think these women have been missing for like over a year now.
Yeah, they're probably dead.
People go missing for longer and still survive.
They're dead, or they've already given birth to the first set of children, potentially, if they are being used for a breeding camp. A year is definitely long enough for them to have potentially gotten pregnant and had like start having kids to see if it's working or not yet.
How do you make the mist wraith or whatever? How do those things come about?
Well, remember the mysteries were all the Terrace people from before the Lord Ruler took over. Only someone holding the power can create them, and I think only potentially at like the start of holding it.
No, Midnight, not Mist Wraith, Myth Wraith.
No, Mist Wraith.
No, Myth Wraith.
Okay.
A mythic wraith?
A myth wraith.
Where was it? Okay, yeah, so Stairs then prompts Wax to go speak to Lady DeMoe as she goes to get them more drinks, since Wax has business dealings with the DeMoe family. Wax introduces himself to Lady DeMoe and her nephew before asking Lady DeMoe to dance. As they're about to dance, though, a dark-skinned woman interrupts and pulls Wax off to dance with her instead. Wax assumes she is Terrace, although her skin is darker than any Terrace person he had met. So what do you think about the fact that DeMoe's family line is still around, considering we know that he's, currently, like, immortal or very slowly aging as he's on Roshar, just before this book series takes place.
They're all immortal. What are you talking about?
So DeMoe apparently, like, had
immortality?
kids.
I don't know.
I wonder if he visits.
You think he visits his like, great-great-great-grandchildren every so often?
Back in my day.
Man, back in my day, I used to be the shit.
Like, you never guess what I saw. They had gemstone lights in the last planet I was at, not these weird electric lights. Cars? Who needs cars? I rode around on a giant crab creature.
Jeez.
I saw a lot of chicks here.
Did you know that they call all birds chickens? It's crazy. They're so stupid.
You would never call them stupid.
I mean, we don't know much about DeMoe over the past 300 years. He could have changed a lot.
What? What do you mean? You haven't been receiving any, like, mail from him?
No, he doesn't talk to me. He doesn't like me, so I'm not a survivorist.
What did you do? What'd you do to him?
I'm not a survivorist. He only likes survivorists.
Oh, he would definitely not like me then, huh?
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
He only really talked to Mythic. Mythic's the only survivorist here.
Yep. I mean, I get daily letters. I don't know. I don't know what y'all's problem is.
So the woman then begins asking Wax about his twin-born powers, saying that as far as she knows, he's one of only 3 Crashers to ever exist. She also mentions that she can't be sure, though, because of the infant mortality rate on Scadrial, even if they aren't as high as some other places. Wax is confused and assumes she is with the set, but she insists she's not interested in local politics. She questions him about making himself heavier while steel pushing, and notes that it seems like he is storing mass instead of ignoring gravity when increasing or decreasing his weight. The woman stops dancing with Wax.
I love that she actually is like she's a researcher about this shit.
She's like a scientist or something.
Yeah.
She's like I need to write this down, figure out how it works. So she stops dancing with Wax, hands him a card, and tells him to contact her when he's experimented some more with it. She then wanders off, muttering about why there is no redshift when people use speed bubbles. Wax then finally goes back to his dance.
She's Do we know who this woman is?
This is gonna be my question once I finish this little paragraph. Is Wax then finally goes back to his dance with Lady Demo, and once it is over, he asks the doorman about the woman with the dark skin and braids. The man doesn't recognize anyone by that description. The card she had given Wax also didn't have a name on it, only an address. Wax again thinks this woman was related to the set as he wanders past Milan, who had attracted a group of women. So do you guys have any ideas about who this woman might be? Because we do know her.
I think she's the one. The one woman who's from the sand, from the sand place or whatever, right?
Yes, Chris.
The white sand.
Yes,
Chris. Yeah, Chris.
She's the one who writes all of the Arcanum's Unbounded stuff at the end of each book. And she's the one who has that guy Naz, who we see a lot of stuff from him in Stormlight, where he has like little notes on all those different maps and drawings.
Who we also see next, right?
I don't think we see Naz here, unless I've missed that.
We literally see another person who pulls up in the same situation that she did.
I don't remember that, but I was also listening at 3 times speed, so.
Bring it up if you do. I don't remember Naz showing up here. I think Naz might show up in one of these books.
Maybe I'm tripping, but no, because I read this shit and then.
I don't remember Naz showing up, but
I read this shit like nobody else did. I did.
Okay, but I read it in a lot more detail than I usually read it.
Yeah. This is Chris, and like the little notes that
You want to know what I think's funny though? Because I only just thought about that. But the fact that when I first listened to that, I was like, this woman would get along with that woman very well.
Yeah, no, that's because that is her. She's here talking directly to Wax, instead of just kind of hanging out in the cognitive realm. Yeah,
and the
little notes that he makes about like her appearance is because, as far as they know, there's no like actually like black people on Scadrial. The closest they have is the Terrace people, which are more of, I think, like almost like a Middle Eastern or like indigenous kind of skin tone, where it's like brown but not like super dark. Whereas Chris is like fully Well, I think it's even more than tan. Like it's
well, I mean,
it can get
Chris
quite
also
brown.
lived in a desert, so
no. Chris was from the dark side of Taldane.
She
was not from. She traveled to the other side, but she's from the dark side of Taldane. She is not from the like super sunny area. But yeah, so she's specifically like actually black, so she has like specifically like braided like curly hair and like all this stuff. Whereas the Terrace people are more kind of like
only black people can have braided hair.
Well, no, but like her hair is, I think, is the way they describe her hair, I think, is specifically supposed to like invoke like kind of more like traditional African hairstyles. Whereas the Terrace people are more kind of like as I said, like an possibly indigenous or like Middle Eastern, some sort of like brown mix, where they can get decently brown but never like fully like at that dark. It'd be more of like I don't know, like probably just like I guess middle toned brown. I don't know how to describe things. But yeah. So yeah, that's Chris.
Canceled.
Chris comes on. Wax just assumes she's part of the set, but she's like, I don't care about that stuff. I need to know the like physics of your fucking allomancy.
I love that though. Like,
right?
Like, she is the reader. She is the like each one of the like world hoppers seems to be like a part of the readers, right? Like what they would want. Like there are people out there, I'm sure, who like dissect all of these powers and are trying to figure these things out. Yeah, so like she's just that person, and basically Brandon's just making it easy on those people.
Yeah,
listen to her.
I think
she'll tell you everything.
Yeah, because I think some of the questions she has here is literally questions that people have asked Brandon, and so he's thrown it in here of like, why does speed bubbles not have a red shift? What's happening with that? Oh, and like this is what Wax is specifically doing with his powers. It's not a gravity thing like Kaladin with his lashings. It's specifically a mass thing. He's somehow like increasing his and decreasing his like actual mass of his body. So like there's all sorts of stuff like that where we get the little scientific side of it.
Powers, I understand. They all have devil fruit powers. That's all it is.
So yeah,
What do you mean? This is literally Naruto powers.
No.
I wonder
don't know what you're talking about.
Darkness, is the guy you think that's Naz the guy that comes up to flirt with Steris?
No.
Oh, okay.
I think I figured it out though.
Oh, okay.
And I don't remember why I thought it was him, but I think it's the guy that what's his name? Wax goes and gets information from.
Oh, the informant?
Yeah.
I don't think so, because Chris is specifically not known, so I'm assuming Naz is probably specifically not known, whereas the informant guy is someone that Steris is like, yeah, this is like a well-known informant for this area that everyone goes to.
Yeah, but I was just thinking about it because it seems like she's got a place, you know?
Yeah,
so
it's not like she's got a
staying
place.
there.
It's true, yeah. I mean, like, it could be, potentially. I have a feeling it's probably not, because, yeah, they usually do try and give, like, subtle, Brandon's trying to give, like, subtle clues about, like specific characteristics of a person. Yeah, with like their appearance and stuff. Like as I said, like Chris's is like her dark hair and her braided hair. And I forget what Naz's what is Naz's characteristics again? Nazgul.
Yeah, Nazgul.
Yeah, he does all the sketches and stuff. Appearance. Lanky man with narrow pinched face, blonde hair, and blue eyes. He tends to dress to fit in. Yeah, he tends to dress to fit in with the locals, even when not among the planet's people. He's rather skittish and tends to have a hair-trigger temper, going from calm to annoyed in a moment. He's also very prone to swearing.
Alright, so that's definitely not him.
Yeah, so this is like his main characteristic.
This guy is definitely interesting, and I feel like he's a lot more aware of outside world stuff.
Think he's a world hopper?
I'm not gonna say he's a world hopper because I don't feel confident that he's left the world.
Do you think maybe he knows a little more maybe about the Cosmere than like the average Scadrian?
Yeah, and I don't remember why. I'm trying to look for the reason.
I wonder if it's because like we'll go into it, but he specifically is kind of just like, I don't think this is going to be a problem for a few decades. Like he's very like kind of ominous of like, I kind of know what's going on. Like this, you shouldn't be worrying about this yet.
The way that Hoyd might.
Yeah. I think you're probably getting a lot of Hoyd vibes because like Hoyd specifically also dresses as an informant during Mistborn Era 1 and does kind of like a similar thing with like Kelsier and Ellen's dad. So like I can definitely see why you would get World Hopper vibes from him. As far as I know, he's not confirmed to be a World Hopper, but there's a lot of sometimes even like super small intricate details that like I don't even catch, and I try and catch them all for the podcast, but there's like things that like are easy to miss.
And you are kind of tired right now, so
I'm on technically a full night's sleep, but in weird bursts and like not like a full straight amount of sleep. Like I slept like 4 hours I think on the plane yesterday, what would have been like late morning, early afternoon, and then I slept like I think like 4 or 5 hours last night, but like not all at once. So yeah, I'm a little 16-hour time difference is rough.
Yeah.
So Wax notices a man approaching Steris, but she waves him off, and Wax teases Steris a bit about the man finding her attractive, which confuses and almost seems to upset Steris. Wax then tries the drink that Steris had gotten him, which seems to be lemonade, and he instantly thinks it's way too sweet. Steris then suggests Wax go up to an informant that was also on Relur's list to try and see what he may know. So what did you think about Steris being upset that someone
when she gave him the soda?
No, that is the lemonade. The soda is the lemonade.
Yeah.
No.
He says it's like soda water with like a lemon. And I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be just lemonade.
No, it's soda. It's definitely soda,
Mm.
but it's just got lemon flavoring like Sprite.
Oh, I always thought of it as lemonade, but you might be right. I just thought it was like super sugary lemonade.
No, it's definitely soda.
Is it just like Sprite, I guess?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's lemonade, lemony soda.
She specifically is like, oh, this is like, you know.
Oh yeah, she says it's probably like champagne, doesn't she? And yeah, lemonade wouldn't be. You're right. I
wouldn't be surprised if lemonade was a thing already anyway.
I thought it was funnier in the beginning when he was ordering a drink and he asked for gin and tonic and they're like acting
really?
like he's all.
And then he was like,
I should have ordered whiskey. I should have got whiskey. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, really, sir? This isn't like common bar. We serve wine and like whiskey, and apparently lemon soda.
Apparently Sprite.
Every
which
every
is their-
every bar has to have
It's one of their
you know.
mixers. She just asked for it without the alcohol in it.
Yeah, exactly.
I like how she
love
keeps
it.
stealing it. Like he like looks
Yeah,
away and
I
like
love
more
how
of it's gone.
she'll like turn around and she'll just chug that shit.
She's like, this is really good. He's like, oh god, it's so sugary. She's like,
Is it-
uh-huh, sip, sip.
Isn't that why, what most women do when they're with their significant other? Just steal shit.
Yeah, but I think also like she got it for them both to try because it was like a popular thing. She always tries to like fit in with people, so she's like, oh, I see a lot of people drinking this, let's try it. And then he's like, oh, I don't like it. And she's like, oh my god, I really like this. It's really good.
Hey, opposites attract, man. Opposites attract.
So we switch to Merassi's point of view as she and Wayne enter the New Saran cemetery. Above the gate was a statue of Kelsier crouching and a spear pierced through his back and out his chest. Marassi notes the
Oh,
contradiction.
I wonder when that happened.
Marassi notes the contradiction how survivorism is about surviving, but all their imagery is death-related. She also notes that it said that Kelsier somehow did not die and will come back one day. Marassi then tells Wayne that they will need to work
Jesus.
hard.
Yep, he's Jesus.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like I don't know a lot about Christianity and stuff, but I assume it's similar to like because survivorism recognizes that harmony is a thing, but like they technically just like distinctly worship Kelsier. So I feel like it's kind of a thing where like you could relate it to like people being like, oh yeah, I believe in God, but also I specifically worship Jesus, like more so than God.
You mean like Judaism? Like Judaism? Yeah.
Is that the opposite of Judaism? Judaism like doesn't recognize Jesus as like the son of God.
What? I thought it was the other way around.
No.
Okay,
The whole point is that because the thing was Judaism was around before. Jesus was a Jew, and the Jews are like, nah, he was just like a prophet or something. He was not like this divine being. Whereas Christianity formed out of that whole thing, where they specifically were like, Jesus was the son of God. We're gonna worship him. So I think survivorism is kind of like Christianity, whereas Judaism is more like Parthians in this context. But yeah, she also notes that it said that Kelsier would die and come back one day. Marassi then tells Wayne they will need to work hard to get the gravedigger to help them, since he likely won't want to work with cops. However, because of this, Wayne says they shouldn't reveal that they are cops. He then stomps onto his hat before making some cuts in it and his outfit. Marassi is impressed with how quickly he looks like a vagrant. Wayne then decides Marassi looks too fancy and adjusts her outfit to give her a plunging neckline, a tighter corset, and some slits in her skirt. He also adds some
Which
dirt to
is
it.
insane.
Yeah, Marassi is
This man is a
incredibly
fashionista.
impressed. Yeah, Marassi's incredibly impressed by like his handiwork. She's like, he specifically like cut directly along the seam lines, and like this is like expert work. And she's like, you would make a great fucking seamstress, dude. She's like, god damn, you have some skills.
He's a rogue. That's what it is. He's just using his freaking
Disguise kit.
his disguise kit.
Yeah, he's like. Wayne is such a rogue because yeah, he's like super good at like deception because he's really good at like accents and pretending to be people, and then he's like really good with all his disguises and like yeah, obviously he's learned a lot about like sewing and stuff to like work on his disguises. He's like seriously like I feel like almost like a jack of all trades. Like he has like so much shit that he's able to do. Just constantly impressing people. They're like, wait, you know how to do that? What the fuck? That's really good.
Yeah, he should have been a conjurer.
Wayne doesn't do things halfway.
No, I'm still fully convinced he's a conjurer because there's no way.
You think, yeah, conjurer blooded?
He's
How
like
good are conjurer's healing abilities, by the way?
well, I think they're
I
like,
mean,
I think they're like incredibly good. I think the fact that Wayne
Yeah,
sometimes
so, aren't they, like,
struggles to
invulnerable
heal
or
without his
something?
metal minds proves that he isn't one.
Or does it prove that he is?
No, because I'm pretty
Because
sure like
what if
he's
what if it's
conjurer.
psychological and in the beginning he was like, you know how when you convince someone so badly that they believe it themselves?
I mean yeah, maybe he has
or when you convince other people so badly that you believe it yourself. You
I mean
believe
yeah,
your own lie.
maybe he has like amnesia and like yeah, the fact that he can't remember he's a conjurer like hinders his
Or-
healing ability sometimes.
Or right, what if he was like what's it called? You know when fairies go and replace babies?
Oh, you think like they
Oh my god.
replaced a human baby with like a brand new
Conjure?
Condra, like a
Yeah.
brand new spiked
And then-
Mithraith.
Right. So what if they did that, right?
And so
and
he
they
grew
fully,
up
like-
not knowing he was a Condra.
Right. And he fully believed he was a human, so his body adapted to what human standards is.
That's
But
But
crazy.
his,
that when he dies, huh?
That's the
Wait.
thing, though. That's the thing. What
Conjure
if
can't
like
use other conjurers' bones, right? Like, or they can, but
Well,
it's like,
if they replaced him with a
not effective.
if they replaced a baby with him, they could have made him like eat and absorb the baby. So like he had his own.
no, but
yeah, I
what
don't know
I'm saying
how
is,
did he
what I'm
grow
saying
the
is like,
bones?
if Yeah, but what I'm saying is like if what's her name? What's the conjurer on their
Milan?
team's name? I can't
Milan?
Yeah, so if
Is Milan
Milan were to
AM?
yeah, would they be able if he was a conjurer, would they be able to use the bones?
Yes, they can share bones with each other.
Okay.
They're able to do that. The only thing that gives them their personality seems to be their spikes.
I'm pretty sure Wayne's gonna share his bone with him, so.
Oh my gosh.
Wait,
So,
they
like-
already did.
I was gonna say, has he not already?
Okay, but like, right. So, what if that's happening and he grew up like thinking that, you know, like he's a human child, whatever, right?
Mhm.
So, usually when a conjurer like changes their body form, right,
Mhm.
they have physical like manifestations of that, right? Like we can see them like changing rapidly.
Yes. So they like it seems like based on what we found out in the last book from Bleeder transforming, because the description we got from that coachman is like the only time we've had a description of a conjurer
was
changing
horrific.
bodies. Yeah, which like it basically said it almost looked like she was like turning inside out.
Right. But what if all he needed to do was just like stretch slightly his skin, his muscles and bones
Well, if you're
as he
looking
grew
like
up?
I think if you're trying to look the same, I think you wouldn't have to do that. It's when you're completely expelling a skeleton and like consuming a new one and reforming the
that's
skin
what
and
I'm saying, though.
muscles. That it looks like that.
He doesn't have to
He
do
can,
all that. He
actively
just has to
like a
change
female.
slightly.
Hmm?
Right?
Wait, sorry, what did Mythic say?
What happened?
I said, but he can actively look like a woman. Like he's passed as a woman multiple times now.
Okay, but that happens pretty normally to people in general. I try to convey it as it's happened to me before.
Yeah, that's because of your long hair. I mean, Wayne. It's not like Wayne's just growing his hair out.
Yeah, but he's
That
been
is
specifically
true.
like he like specifically will like dress in women's clothing to like pretend to be a woman and like stuff into like a bra to make it look like he has boobs and
What?
stuff.
Into what?
To a bra.
Where's he stuffing things?
To a bra?
But yeah, so like he would just have to like grow normally. Like it wouldn't seem like
Yeah,
off,
the
you know?
only thing I think could contradict that is I don't know if they can stretch bones. Like I feel like as he potentially grew, he would have to keep getting new skeletons to match the like size of what age he should be. Like I don't know if I don't
He
think
would
the
have to actively
Kandra
know.
Yeah, I don't think the Kandra like can like I don't think they can like age with the bones. Like the bones they have are just like the bones they have. Just
I
like
mean-
how bones don't grow after
mean,
someone
what if-
dies.
Yeah.
I mean, they do a lot of research about their targets or whatever that they're going to change into. So what if a conjurer just believes his own lie?
They could, yeah. I mean, if he does have like maybe he has like some sort of like amnesia where like it's so traumatic that he like forgets that he's consumed a child like every couple of years or so to like grow.
No. What I'm saying is like,
Or-
what if Wayne isn't actually Wayne? Like, what if Wax met Wayne before, but then a conjurer came in
Took over.
and like took over, but believes their lie that they've lived as Wayne for so long they believe they're Wayne.
And what if that conjure has like an identity storing spike?
Potentially, because the Conjure spikes are supposed to be very specific. They can, it seems, replace them with other like hemalurgic spikes, but I don't think they work as well for them. Is what is explained kind of at the end of and like the
But it
last book, the beginning of
works.
this. It does work.
Right.
It just they're slightly less sane, I think.
Okay, but think about it this way, right?
Mhm.
Wayne is not saying.
Yeah, the thing is though, like, because they talk about it mainly in
He
Leslie's
heard
case.
voices.
Yeah, because they talk about it mainly in Leslie's case where she has only the one hemalurgic spike, whereas if you had maybe one Chondra spike and one hemalurgic spike, you maybe might be mainly okay because you still have at least the one Chondra spike. Like, I'm wondering if that would be like, it would still be better. Like, you'd still be mostly yourself.
And then what if he just like knocked the fuck out of a spike? Because like he was hearing voices, right?
Yeah. And he just
I mean-
slammed it out of him.
Well, you might not even need to slam out the spike. It still could have been like as we've talked about before, like potentially Harmony speaking to him because it's like, hey, Harmony knows that you're actually a Condor, and he's kind of being like, hey, maybe you should accept who you actually are, that you're not human. And he's like, nope, not gonna believe that. And Harmony's like, okay, I'm gonna back off because you're like smashing your head into the wall and you're acting crazy. I'm gonna just back off now.
Tantrum.
Yeah,
But
you
yeah,
know,
I'm
Harmony
really
doesn't involve
convinced
himself in other people's business ever. You know.
I'm fully convinced this is like a high possibility,
Mm.
and I just want it to happen, even though it probably won't.
Yeah.
We then approach the Gravekeeper, who is sharpening his shovel for some reason. And Wayne begins...
Better to dig with.
I guess so. Marassi seems to think it's weird. Wayne begins trying to convince the man...
Marassi doesn't understand much. Okay.
Have you ever tried digging with a dull shovel? It's not fun.
Yeah, exactly.
I've done very little digging with shovels, so I would not know.
Yeah. Not a shot.
Wayne begins trying to convince the man to accept some business from them. Eventually, the gravedigger, Dechamp, calls out for a young boy, who he asks to check around the cemetery for other people while he talks to Wayne and Marassi. He also tries to speak to Marassi, but she pretends that she only speaks Terrace. Wayne then waves a few banknotes, which the man snatches, to get him going towards the mass grave of unclaimed bodies from the explosion. Wayne jokes with the gravedigger a bit about killing rich people, which Marassi finds ironic due to how wealthy Wayne has become since their first, I don't know what to call it, their first, the first book, basically. Eventually they get to the grave, and Dechamp tells Wayne and Marassi to get comfortable, as digging it up could take a while. So at this point, did you think Wayne had done a good job to get the gravedigger to help them, or were you suspicious?
About the gravedigger?
Yeah.
And their betrayal?
I'm always suspicious.
No, I absolutely knew it was not going to go the way they wanted. And I'm pretty sure, I thought...
It's Wayne, of course it's not.
I thought Wayne would be aware.
Nah, he's
Yeah, like he would have caught on.
Yeah.
Apparently he was too excited to do his deception here, his disguise and stuff, because Marassi didn't let him with the bank teller. So he's like, oh my god, yes, it's my time to shine again. He got too distracted.
Thought too highly of himself all of a sudden, you know?
So we then move to chapter 13. We switch to Wax's point of view.
He had to be humbled. Wayne had to be humbled.
He approaches the informant, who's standing near a fish tank. After a moment, the man nods for Wayne to approach him, which Wax does. The informant calls the basin a cage and says that no one has ever tried to explore across the sea or across the deserts. Wayne then shows the man the strange coin he got from Hoyd, and the informant mentions he's seen several going around the black market, but he isn't sure why everyone seems so secretive about them. So what do you think that apparently no one has been really interested in exploring the rest of Scadrial? They're kind of just like, they're not doing any exploration of this world at all.
They already found everything they need. Darkness is muted. Oh, there you go.
It's just, I feel like they're too close-minded. Like,
yeah, well, I think that's what Harmony says. Like he feels like that's what one of the things he had said earlier was like he's like I've given you guys too good of a place. You're not like researching, you're not exploring, you're not doing shit. You're just sitting in your one spot because it's so great. They've got no motivation, the Scadrians.
Yeah. I think that's honestly all Harmony's fault.
Yeah, well, Harmony admits it's his fault. He's like, I gave you guys too easy of a life.
Harmony should be better. He's a terrible god. Kelsey would have done a better job. There would be no poor if Kelsey was there.
I don't know about that. So
he would just kill off all of the nobles. So then
because that wouldn't create anarchy.
Just the commonplace. Yeah, that'd just be the commonplace then.
No, because then what's gonna happen though is everyone's gonna try and be poor on purpose because they don't want Kelsey to get rich and Kelsier to kill them. So everyone's like refusing money. So then everyone's poor.
Nobody's poor because you can't be poor if there's no money. If nobody has money, nobody's poor.
But then is everyone nobles and is Kelsier just gonna kill them all?
Yes.
That's the issue. They want other people to be rich so they can be poor.
Yep, so they have to start giving people money. But
what if you kill all the men in the country
and it's only women?
Yeah.
I mean, then
what? What happens
when the population dies?
Alright, but what if you're the last man standing and then you just sell to the ocean?
Just leave. I'm gonna go explore.
You let them know.
Oh, I see. To encourage people to go explore the world. You just
kill all the men and be the last one standing.
Or just have all the men go off in like different directions and everyone leaves.
No, kill all the men.
Good luck trying to hunt one of us down.
No, kill all the men.
So the informant also mentions a strange...
just wants to die.
The informant also mentions...
I gotta be the last one standing, actually.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you just want a harem of women? Got it.
That's if they catch me!
I can just run for his life.
Great book idea, by the way.
Running for their life, actually.
So the informant also mentions a strange building that's being constructed outside of New Saran that seems to involve allomancers. He doesn't seem to know much about the explosion, though. The informant then warns Wax that this thing he's looking into won't be an issue for probably decades, but the issues growing between Ellendale and the other cities could turn into a civil war very soon. Wax is annoyed as the informant then leaves. So what do you think about the informant not thinking the set is worth worrying about for a while still?
He is gravely misinformed.
I said, what do you think about the informant thinking that the set are not going to be like an issue for like a while?
That's valid. Like I said, it's gonna be that women situation.
I mean,
at
if
the
they are
end.
trying to breed an army, maybe they won't be an issue for a while, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't try
Yeah.
and stop them earlier before they can do that. Like, if you just go after them
But
after
the
they're
thing is,
already
what he's
like,
saying is like, there's priorities right now.
yeah, he's like, there's a civil war that could happen like this month, basically, with how things are going. So Wax then looks for Steris, but ends up being approached by Lady Kelisina. Wax plays into the character that she expects from him, and then he bluntly brings up the coin he'd been given and mentions the construction outside the city. Lady Kelisina is shocked by this and instantly makes an excuse to leave the conversation. Steris then approaches Wax and he mentions what he did and that he wants to see where Kelisina goes and who she interacts with now.
He straight up tells her that he gave them all the information. Like, what?
And Steris is like,
I like
that's
his,
an interesting choice.
Yeah. I like the reasoning behind it, but just in general, I wouldn't have told Saris. I would have been like, yeah, we had a nice conversation. Follow me.
So they then notice Lady Kelisina leaving the room, and Wax states that he thinks she is going to go try and contact the set. However, Wax isn't sure how they'll follow her out, but Steris has the plan. She pills out a concoction to induce vomiting that she had brought just in case they got poisoned, and drinks it so that she drinks it so that she can appear sick. She almost immediately pukes
This
all over
woman
the table
is
they are
way
standing
too-
at.
Wait, she's way too like.
She's so prepared.
Yeah, like what the how? Like that's crazy.
She's like,
actually a super spy.
So yeah, what do you think about Steris making herself vomit so they could like get out of the main party room?
The fact that she did that shocked me and made me like her a little bit because she no longer cares about what other people think.
She's like,
No, what she does later makes me like her a lot more.
she's
Oh,
like,
I mean, I'm just saying that this was the beginning of me
Yeah.
starting to like her a little
yeah,
more.
she's like, we
Like,
need to get out of the party.
She definitely does
I have
else
something.
later. Yeah.
She's like, I got
She
something
definitely
for
does something
that.
later that makes me like her a lot more. And
Yeah, I like
obviously
how.
it's tilting me into liking her a little bit.
Yeah, I also like how here where he's just like, I thought you cared about what people think about you. She's like, yeah, well, you've been teaching me to not care about that, so I'm just gonna puke all over this table.
And I was like, wow, this girl's actually learning. It's crazy.
She's got character growth happening.
I know. It's almost like what's her nuts from the Era 1 of Mistborn.
Oh, Vin.
Her name either. Yeah, no.
Oh, you mean fucking
the woman you don't
Alrian?
like. The girl you don't like. Yeah, the girl you don't like. Yeah.
Alrian doesn't have character growth.
I didn't say it was enough. I just said she had some.
So we switched to Merassi's point of view.
She still manipulated Breeze.
She did. It's like bordering on like rape, like what she did to Breeze.
But think about it. Yeah, exactly. Think about it this way, though, right? When you have the power that she has, all you know is manipulating people.
Yeah, it's true. Like she's definitely
Breeze manipulates people too, all the time.
Yeah, and also I don't think her dad. I think her dad like kind of like didn't raise her the best.
Sure.
I think he had like a mixture of like fear of her abilities, but also like she's his little baby girl, and he wanted to like protect her at all costs. So it was like a weird mixture of like spoiled princess of like a nobleman mixed with like this super manipulative power that even scares your dad into submission.
I mean, I do like that, they're going into war and this woman brings clothes, like, fancy clothes and shit, but,
She's like, I need to look pretty if we're gonna go into war.
Yeah, because that's what you should worry about. She just wanted to look pretty for Breeze, though. But,
Yeah, I think she wants to look pretty for herself, too. It seems to be like a core part of her personality.
Yeah, true. Just like the Conjurer's core personality is, big boobs.
Melan's. Yeah.
Yes.
I think Melan's core personality is she just likes to be attractive and attract men or women. She's like, yes, just have them all flock to me. I will be very handsome or very pretty.
The part later where she's like, I love this body, I was like, yeah, I would too if this is how my body worked, man. Like that's some crazy shit.
Well, because earlier on we get I think in the first chapter that we did here, we get like one little line of Wax walking past her, being like, oh yeah, she's just got like a huge group of like women like fawning over her because she's made herself like super attractive.
Yeah.
So we switch to Merassi's point of view as she wanders the graveyard near where Dechamps is digging. She reads random gravestones and is startled briefly by a statue of Vin. She whispers to it for a moment before heading back over to Dechamp and Wayne. Dechamp takes a moment to take a swig from a flask, and Merassi notes that he's already 4 feet deep. Wayne then suddenly flips Merassi into a half-dug grave, and she hears gunfire a moment later. And then we switch to chapter 14, where we continue this point of view, as Wayne moves off of Merassi, where he had like fallen on top of her, and inspects several gunshot wounds that he now has. He had put them in a speed bubble
Yeah.
as soon as they'd fallen into the grave, and Marassi peeks up above the grave slightly to see Dechamp falling to bullets and several other bullets coming towards them slowly. Wayne suggests that Dechamp likely had the young boy go to get these men who likely worked with the set. So yeah, were you surprised that Dechamp was just like sent off for like these like minions to come try and kill them?
Not
Not
at all. I mean, like, it wasn't surprising. I just didn't expect it. I thought he actually got it, but it wasn't like surprising. I was like, yeah, makes sense. They kind of seem to be one step ahead of these brothers, or not brothers, but these guys. So Wayne and Wax. So
yeah, we find out exactly how much ahead of them they've been when we get to the Edward and stuff later.
exactly. It's crazy.
So Wayne then tells Marassi that he's going to go drop his speed bubble to make another to try to get to the next open grave over within it, as Marassi suggests. He tells her that in between bubbles she should shoot her gun towards the men, even if she's unlikely to hit. Marassi does this, and the second speed bubble goes up as she sees a stick of dynamite flying at them. They flip over into the next grave, which was deeper than the last one, and Wayne drops his speed bubble, and Marassi plugs her ears as best she can as the explosion goes off. The men then come to try and check on them, and Wayne gets a couple of them in a new speed bubble and begins beating them up with his dueling canes. Once he's done, he leans down a hand to Marassi for his hat, but Marassi takes it as help up and out of the grave instead. So what do you think about the men trying extra hard to kill them because of Wayne's abilities? They're like literally throwing sticks of dynamite at them.
I mean, to be honest, I agree with Wayne here. They are afraid of him. So.
Oh, definitely.
And for good reason.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I mean, Wayne was partially the reason why they survived the exploding house butler issue back in book 1.
Yep.
He's really really good at surviving shit with his gold medal mind. He's not as crazy overpowered as Miles, but he's definitely a force to be reckoned with because of his healing.
I mean, in my opinion, they need to be afraid of Marassi, not him. But
Marassi doesn't have her sniper rifle with her though.
They still need to be more afraid of her, to be honest.
You definitely need to be afraid of her when she has a gun that she's good with.
She's pretty good in general, but yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying she's really good with her guns.
Mm-hmm. She did train with them, so
yeah. So we switch back to Wax's point of view as he and Steris are in a guest room to allow Steris to rest. Wax assures the servants of the home that Steris was likely sick due to drinking too much and not because of any of the food they served, which makes the cook quite relieved. Wax tells them that they'll rest here.
And the woman too.
Yeah, the king especially though was like, oh my god, I didn't poison her. Thank God, it wasn't undercooked chicken. So Wax then tells them they'll rest here for an hour or for half an hour.
Every bird is chicken. Every bird is chicken. So.
Undercooked bird in general is not good. Actually, I think duck's able to be undercooked, isn't it? It's like one of the few birds that you can.
No, it's just.
I don't know.
Or is it just like a pinker color in general?
Everything's good. Everything's good raw.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You can eat anything raw.
Let me get some chicken sashimi.
Shut the fuck up. Never say that shit again.
But yeah, so Wax tells them that they'll rest here for half an hour and then make their way out to meet with the carriage.
I will say, Brandon is heavily trying to make it seem like Marassi and Wayne are going to be a thing.
You think so?
Yeah.
He does have a cute little nickname for her. Groups, he calls her Mara.
The group. Yeah, but the groups that he keeps putting together, he's just like, yeah, we'll put Wax and Steris together. We'll put, Wayne and Marassi together. This is going to happen, guys. I just want the Conjurer to be the one that Wayne gets with, if it's not whatever her name is, the one with the R. I can't remember her name again.
The one with the R. Oh, Renette. Renette's a lesbian. Yeah, she's not going to get with Wayne.
Yeah, but that's what I said. I'd rather it be the Conjurer than Marassi, but I mean, I think Marassi is good by herself. I think Marassi needs to be a lone gunman. That's a good way to put it.
She needs no man.
Yeah, exactly.
She's an independent woman who needs no man.
Strong, independent woman.
So once the servants are gone, Wax tells Steris that he appreciates how hastily she took the vomit-inducing drink, and mentions he'll go look for Calcina in a minute or two. Steris then asks about Wax's sister, and he admits he doesn't know her well and that he wishes he had kept in better contact with her. Steris wants to come with Wax to follow Calcina, but Wax thinks she'd be safer in this room. Although Steris makes a good argument that depending on what happens, Wax may not have time to come back for her if she doesn't stick with him. So what do you think about Wax feeling a duty to help his sister because of how little he had followed up with her before her supposed death?
Trauma.
Probably hates him.
She's like, oh, now you care? You didn't talk to me for like 2 decades.
A year. It's been a year. I've been here a year. Where were you?
Well, no, she's been there for, I think,
for more than
2 or 3, because, she was apparently kidnapped when the uncle died, and the uncle died, fake died around the time that, before Lessie died, because...
He is dead. He's now Suit.
Yeah, so before Edward died and became Suit, he basically kidnapped her during, that carriage accident, and, when Wax and Leslie had still been together, because that's what prompted Harmony to have Leslie killed off to make sure that Wax would go back to the city. Because he had gotten a letter like beforehand being like, oh, your uncle and sister died, you need to take over the family house. And he's like, yeah, maybe not, I'm gonna stay here with my wife. And then his wife died, so he's like, oh, I guess I'll go back. And I think he'd been back for like a year or two before the start of like all the book 1 stuff.
Emotional damage.
So yeah, Taliesin's probably been like, I've been kidnapped for 3 fucking years, dude. Where have you been?
And you just now showing up? God, what a brother.
So the two of Steris and Wax make their way through the mansion, Steris knowing that a river runs through the middle of the house, and how bad that must be for the woodwork. They pass a maid, but Wax glares the woman down to keep her from saying anything as they continue on their way. Eventually, Steris lets Wax know that she kept a gun taped to her leg with way too much tape.
Which is insane!
As she was worried it would fall off as she was dancing. Wax.
She tried a shotgun first.
Yeah,
yeah.
I was gonna say, like, she then tells him that like she had tried a shotgun first, but it was like way too big to like be properly taped to her leg. Like she couldn't walk properly, probably because it's like.
Crazy.
She probably couldn't bend her leg.
Why do you need a shotgun? What do you need? What did he need a shotgun for? Like, what are you doing? This is where I started liking her a lot, because she's just like, I tried a shotgun. And I'm like, what the?
She's like, yeah, I practiced walking around like in this fancy dress with a shotgun taped to my leg, but it didn't go so well, so I had to go for a smaller gun.
I like how her concern was, what if it falls? But
yeah, she's like, I gotta really
operate?
tape it.
What if it goes off? You know,
Yeah.
what if it hits the ground and goes off and kills somebody? You know?
Yeah, she's
Now
like,
what if it shoots me?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just like, oh my gosh, I don't want this gun falling while I'm fucking dancing, so I'm gonna like duct tape it like 50 times to my leg. Use like a whole roll of duct tape. I just imagine you like can barely even see the gun. It's just like super covered.
That's what I was thinking too.
And then she's worn like a double layer of shorts under her dress for modesty, because she knew that if they needed the gun, she'd have to like lift her whole skirt up. And she's like, I don't, because I think also not just for Wax, but also I think just because she's like, if we're in the middle of the party and he needs the gun, I'm gonna need to lift my skirt up in front of everyone. So she's just like ready.
I love the fact that Wax knew he couldn't bring his gun. They would check him, but she's not gonna get checked.
Yeah, she's like they won't think to check under my skirt. Like they expect it from him. They'll be checking like patting him down, but they won't be patting me down. They don't expect it from me, so I can get away with it.
Yeah, I'll bring myself a sick pill. I'll bring a gun for my husband.
I like how she also just doesn't tell him this whole time. Like she didn't even tell him like, oh hey, I can sneak a gun in for you just in case. She just taped it to her leg and was like, oh, if it comes up, it comes up.
Yeah, she knew. Can you
imagine?
She's too informed about things.
Can you imagine if nothing came out of this fucking party? She went home and she's like, ah, fuck, gotta take this gun out.
By the way, I had this gun.
The
whole time.
He just sees her
all that talk about how you don't like certain people and that you would shoot them, and I just had this gun the whole time.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's so great. I honestly, at this point, she might as well be of the Voidbringer. She can see into the future too well.
I really, man.
She's an ATM thing. What the heck?
Yeah, that's it. That's what I was trying to think of.
She's secretly an ATM missing, and she's getting the ATM from the Mist, because we know that like the Mist contain like all the metals from like Era 1. So it's like obviously she's just getting ATM from the Mist every so often. Because it was a misty night.
At that point, are you smoking the Mist?
Stop. Yes.
I don't think you're smoking
it. You're burning it.
I guess I guess you practically are, because you do burn the metals is how they use it. I wonder though, because like they always talk about like it being like in your stomach, not your lungs. So like I'm wondering if you're like more like drinking the Mist. You're like I imagine you just taking a straw. You're just like in the air, just like slurping through the straw.
I'm kind of hungry.
I know.
Oh my gosh, imagine.
All right, I'm gonna order some Mist now. I need Mist.
Mist on some like delivery service.
Yeah, I'm gonna Uber Eats.
Oh my god!
It's the Harmony delivery service. He just like brings down a tendril of Mist that comes in through your window.
What if it's just canned Mist?
Oh my god, like the canned
In
air
this-
bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh my, that would be so funny. Oh my god.
Hey, Midnight. People with asthma need canned air. Okay.
Okay.
Don't go.
My
You
mind.
know, we have a whole group of people that listen to this podcast that are probably asthmatic, and you're over here,
My
just
dad's asthmatic, okay?
bad
I
mouth.
get it.
That's a little different than canned air, but yeah.
I was thinking though, I thought of next them like bottling like part of like Harmony's perpendicularity, like you would
Bottleness?
bottle water, like bottled
Jesus.
perpendicularity water. There's like dipping bottled water bottles into the fucking pool, like selling it at a premium.
And
Guys,
what,
this is the
Stormlight
best
is
water you'll
like
ever
LED
get,
light?
guys. And this is higher universe. This is the best you'll get right here. No better water.
Harmony spring water.
Ew.
Exactly.
It's Harmony's bathwater!
Oh no, it
Oh
is.
God.
Instead of gamer
Jesus.
bathwater, it's God bathwater.
Harmony bathwater, wonderful.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Midnight has created a thing.
Oh my
So
gosh.
Midnight, what are you selling? Your
Nope.
bathwater
Nope, that ain't happening. We switch back to Marassi's
on the
point.
Patreon, guys. Everybody join the
Nope,
Patreon for Midnight's bathwater.
Nope, that's not happening. We switch back to Marassi's point of view.
All right, fine. If she won't give you her bathwater, I'll give you mine.
She,
no.
We switch back to Marassi's point of view. She and Wayne search the Gravedigger's hut. Constables had shown up due to the noise of the explosion and were currently taking away the men who had tried to kill them. Unfortunately, the men were just hired muscle and didn't know anything. Wayne eventually finds Tachamp's hidden booze stash and is excited for this, but not for the ledger he had found earlier. Marassi eagerly goes to the ledger and notes that the person who owned the graveyard seemed to be actually running the grave robbing business, so she wants to go speak to him. So what do you think about like this graveyard owner like having like all his grave diggers just like looting shit for him to sell? He's got like this whole scheme going
I mean, this is
It's a pretty good
coming
deal.
to the point where I absolutely hate Wayne, but yeah.
on. What were you gonna say, Darkness?
Wayne, of all people, Wayne.
What were you gonna say, Darkness?
I mean, it's a pretty good deal.
And then before we get into chapter 15, we get a continuation of the previous broadsheet. So we get the article again that mentions the broken gondola, which we learn later in these chapters why the gondola got broken. Apparently it was Wax. He broke the gondola. And we get an ad for whiskey that is made locally and thus not taxed by Ellendale. It's pure, not tainted by the Ellendale taxation. We get an ad for a pub called Basin Bills.
Glad I don't have to hear this in my own listening. To be honest.
Yeah, we get the ad for the pub called Basin Bills, which mentions it's looking for adventurers to find relics. So apparently this place is also looking for like archaeology stuff. We get a small ad looking for people whose metal tools speak to them. We get the ad that we got before for a play about Kelsier and his time running the thieving crew. We get an ad looking for people to try new potentially allomantic metals in a definitely safe, perfectly safe way. 100% can guarantee, definitely not gonna kill you. We get an ad for a workshop about writing plays, and we get a political drawing showing a lion as Ellendale trying to destroy a hawk's eggs that are labeled Liberty, Fortune, and Prosperity. We get the continuation of the Nikki Savage story where she fights a man that she steals a device from that has strange symbols on it. When she uses it to smash a window, a force of energy comes out of it that looks like a ghostly presence. So what do you think about this ad about talking metal tools?
Interesting.
Huh. Wouldn't have to be related to talking fucking swords, right?
That's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if this is some sort of like weird reference that somehow Nightblood gets to Scadrial at some point. Like I don't. I'm curious about this ad.
No, it's a different tool, guys. Can't be a sword. He would have said talking weapons.
Yeah, no. He's looking for things light that
Gotta
are
be
metal
tools.
that also talk. He's like talking swords are so last year. What I want is a talking hammer or a talking wrench. That's what this guy wants. Also, do you think the device that Nikki Savage finds in her story is one of these strange metal cubes that Marassi has?
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
I don't know. I didn't even know anything about that. So
This is the device she uses to smash the window, where the ghostly presence comes out of it. So do you think that whole part of it is true, or do you think that she's just like somehow seen one of these
anything in
cubes
this-
before?
I don't
No,
think anything in these broadsheets are true. So
the stories, at least, you mean? Because she's the one that's related to Alamancer Jack.
yeah, nothing ever that is in these like news articles is ever true.
Well, we know some of it's true. Like we know the broken gondola is true.
Nah, not true.
All right. So we move to the point of view of Templeton Fig, who is petting a taxidermy albino crow, which he is sure isn't just bleached white, as he had seen people try to pass those off to him as albino animals before. He then places the crow in its glass dome and admires his collection of taxidermy albino creatures. A woman comes in to check on him, but he shoos her away in annoyance. He's waiting up to find out what happened at the graveyard. So what do you think about this guy who has a collection of taxidermy albino animals?
Man is way into death.
Well, I mean, it's pretty cool. Like,
I agree, it's cool, but he's way into death.
I like how he like stuffed it himself. He like just someone brought him like the corpse of this albino crow, and he like specifically taxidermied it himself.
I would prefer the animals were alive because they'd look a lot cooler.
Now he wants to keep them forever. He doesn't want them alive.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, he could keep them after they die of fucking old age or some shit.
What if they don't look
who's
as
to say
good
they
when they
didn't
get
die of
old?
age?
Well, that's his issue.
So something in the room around him seems to freeze in time, the fire unmoving in its hearth, and no longer
my God, I hate
crackling.
this.
Templeton swears silently by Trell. Suddenly there is a knock on his door before the dead body of Dechamp is pushed into the room and falls to the floor. Templeton backs himself up to the window, but then Death appears in the window, rasping his name. Death has an empty hole in his arm, and he asks where his missing spike is, causing Templeton to admit he couriered it to Dulcing. Suddenly, time is back to normal, and Templeton huddles in a corner until the constables arrive. So at first, did you think this was actually Marsh here to see Templeton?
Yes, and that's why I hate Wayne. I was really, really wanting this to be Marsh. And then I was going to be like, because I was going to come into this podcast and be like, how did Marsh freeze fucking time? Then it made more fucking sense. I was like, what the fuck? I hate you, Wayne.
I think potentially, isn't it implied that Marsh does have more spikes than he did back in Era 1?
Sure.
He probably can freeze time.
But which spike do you think does that?
Don't we have a
Where's
chart?
the hemalurgy chart again? Because I think it should say which ones steal... one of the ones that steals allomantic powers, because that one's his allomantic ability. I gotta scroll up. Stores physical, stores emotional, cognitive, mental fortitude, I think it's temporal allomancy, so it would be a cadmium spike.
Where does it go, though? Where do you put that spike?
So that's the whole thing. Oh my gosh, have I think I showed you guys back in my Spring Era 1, but I can grab it again. There's like this like hemalurgy. There's like this chart that shows like where, yeah, here it is, where you need to like spike. Copy image.
I have returned.
Alright, so this
You
is
all
the
made me
map
hungry
of
by
where you
talking
need to
about
be.
listing.
So these are the different maps of where you can be spiked.
Okay, what if I just get them all? That's some very intense
Then you'd be
piercings.
dead. Then you would be dead.
Nah, because you do the healing ones first.
So yeah, so like the color of the metal represents if it's a physical, mental, temporal, or spiritual. Because like that's what the different spikes do. So
Can
and
you
also
imagine?
steel linchpin?
Can you imagine if the Lord Ruler somehow got a whiff that Sace was going to be the hero of ages, and then he just like stabbed them with chromium and then stabbed himself?
Damn.
I thought you had to like lay on top of each other and then stab one through to
So
the other.
that's the way to do it to lose the least amount of power. You technically can just kill someone with a spike and then take it out of them and stab yourself with it. But it is easier if you line up your body and stab, I think it's like through their heart and then into the specific part of your body. Better if you do that, but you don't have to. Because they store some of the Inquisitor spikes in like jars of blood to like preserve the abilities longer because they start to lose power if they're outside of a human body. You don't have to fully
What the
be
fuck
on
does
top
gold
of them.
do?
Gold steals hybrid ferrochemical powers.
That's what I'm saying.
It might give an explanation. Sorry, 1 second. Let me go back.
Must be refined.
So the must be refined thing about ATM is a slight retcon that Brandon did to ATM, where ATM he realized that god metals should be able to be used by anyone like Lerasium is, so technically the ATM we see in Era 1 is an alloy of ATM with another metal, because otherwise anyone, even a non-allomancer, would be able to use it. When using a hemalurgic spike, gold steals hybrid ferrochemical powers, such as cadmium, bendalloy, gold, and electrum. What do those do in ferrochemy? Ferrochemical use, store breath. Why are those considered hybrid abilities? That's just what they are. Yes, hi Polo. Like looking into this now. Fucking chart.
You're the only one that can, so.
Yeah, I know. Because they're like listed in groupings. Ferrochemy chart. This one I think is what I want. Oh, okay. So I see. So allomancy has physical, cognitive, temporal, and what other one? There's like the four types, but apparently feruchemy isn't the exact same four types. Instead of having like a temporal one, they have a what's called hybrid. So they have physical abilities, cognitive abilities, hybrid abilities, and spiritual abilities. And cadmium, bendoid, gold, and electrum are considered hybrid abilities, which is things such as cadmium, which cadmium is used to store breath, so you can go without breathing. So I'm wondering, I think it's called hybrid because it's like a mixture of like a mental and a physical ability, but it's electrum, do ferrochemical, store determination. Gold's the one that stores health.
Makes you more determined.
Yeah, electrum stores determination. If you when you're filling an electrum metal mind, you become depressed and can tap it later to enter a manic state. So you're basically bipolar if you're an electrum fairing.
You're telling me I've been tapping into that shit the whole time.
Apparently, when apparently when you're tapping electrum or when you're filling electrum, you're depressed, and when you're tapping electrum, you're manic. So. Fun times. Yeah, you can just be bipolar.
So just become manic.
Just gets rid of the depression.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a very interesting ability. Anyway, so we switch to Wayne's point of view as he heals up the hole in his arm, which Marassi insists he didn't need to create in the first place. He asks Marassi if he got the accent right, but she says he didn't, and that Death has an accent that she has never heard before, although she's unable to replicate it for Wayne. Marassi
and then he says, "I want to meet this guy."
Yeah, he's like, you should set up a meeting for me with him so I could like get his accent right.
Yeah, so you can fake being him again. Yeah.
Apparently he's done it this is his fourth time pretending to be Death.
Yeah, made me even more hate him.
Why? Why do you hate him for pretending to be Death?
He can't be. Names.
Marsh.
He can't. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. He can't be Marsh. There's only one Marsh.
Well, he's pretending to be. He's not.
He can't pretend either.
So, Marassi then wonders out loud about why the set would be interested in Dulcing, considering it is a small farming town outside of New Saran. Wayne mostly ignores her as he gets out some more gum. So yeah, Darkness, what did you think about Wayne pretending to be Marsh? So we know Mythic's upset by it, but what did you think about it?
Well, I instantly knew, to be honest. As soon as he commented about the fireplace, I knew they were pulling up. And then when he pulled up, I was like, "There's no way." And I was like, "This got to be the costume." Because like it's not the first time we see him just like this.
You just like fucking cut a hole out of his arm too. Like that's commitment. Jesus Christ.
He can heal it back. That's all good.
That is true.
Yep, I did after they finished with their little.
Yeah, that is also true.
So we switch back to Wax.
Oh,
go ahead.
But I find it amusing that if he has done Marsh before, right? Mm-hmm. Has he done Kelsey?
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
And also, is it known that they're brothers?
I don't know. I feel like it would be because Sage knew. Because Sage was the one who wrote all the history books.
I don't even think they know who Marsh is, though.
Sage does.
Just no, the people in the world.
No, they specifically, I believe, do know. They specifically do because they know that they refer to him as Iron Eyes. Death as Iron Eyes. So they specifically do.
They know him as Marsh, or do they know?
They know him as the Last Inquisitor, and I believe they know the Last Inquisitor is Marsh because Sage, I'm assuming, wrote about Vin's fight with him and everything because he like kind of basically chronicled out the first 3 books into a more historical sense for like the people of Scadrial. So I'm pretty sure everyone does know that Marsh and Kelsey are brothers, which probably doesn't. Like, it probably just makes more so the whole, like, Kelsier religion thing. Because it's like, Kelsier is God and his brother is death.
Yeah.
So we switch back to Wax's point of view as he searches for Kelisina, resisting the urge to go through her room for clues. He could hear small snippets of the speech going on in the main ballroom, and Wax found he was concerned about some of what was being discussed. He thinks he'll have to look into it later. He then comes across a room where he hears a quiet voice, and he listens closer, and he is sure it's his uncle's voice. He sneaks into the room and can hear Kelisina talking to his uncle in a room beyond this one. They discuss how Kelisina has been trying to distract Wax with different things to investigate, but it's annoying that they aren't working like Edwin had said they would. The conversation continues about distracting Wax, and Wax wonders how many of the things he had done in the last year that he thought were related to the set and he was helping take them down were actually just distractions or plants from the set themselves. They also discuss how Kelesina had been trying to get back a device that was taken from the train, and that they are worried about Wax using allomancy near it. Kelesina also mentions that Edwin had promised her an army to help their army be closer to the size of that Elendel has. So what do you think about Edwin having like all these different ploys to try and distract Wax from going after him in the set?
Man, Uncle's just smarter than him, I guess.
What do you think, Darkness?
What's the question?
What do you think about all these different little like ploys and distractions that Edwin has done to like basically keep Wax distracted over the last year?
I found it amusing. I found it funny, especially when he continued to try and do it.
Because he's also just like, just because they're distractions doesn't mean they're also not part of our plans, just lesser part of our plans. So like, it technically is good for you to go after them. It just isn't the main thing.
Maybe you should just go after those. Come on.
So suddenly Wax hears someone coming towards the room he's in, and he uses a coin to push himself to the ceiling. A servant comes through to knock on the door.
Do you think that if his uncle just gave up his sister, Wax would stop?
I think at this point it's too personal, but I do think if he gave up the sister, he might have gone back to Elendel and dealt with the Civil War stuff, potentially. Or at least warned, like, the governor before going back after his uncle.
Yeah, so, like, wouldn't that mean then, like, that would be a better plan, in my opinion?
Maybe he will.
Unless
We don't know.
absolutely needed.
Maybe she's currently pregnant with one of their Allomancer babies.
What if she's not, like, what if she's a part of this? What if she's not actually she wasn't actually taken?
Oh, you think that like they're bluffing about her being kidnapped? That she's like actually working with the uncle?
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
Fake her own
Yeah,
kidnapping.
I thought about that too.
Have you?
But then I also thought, like, what's stopping her from being behind it herself?
You think maybe like she's even like above the uncle, like she's actually the one behind it all?
That's the thing. We
also
don't really know, but like it could be a possibility. We've gotten no information on
Yeah,
it.
we literally have nothing. The only information we have is that Edwin has said that he has Telsin kidnapped and is keeping her as blackmail against Wax. And the only other thing we have is that Rayler had a picture of her, what looked like being like kind of like pushed around and like held captive by some people. Those are the only two clues we have. That is like a singular picture and what Edwin has said, which you don't know how much he can be trusted, obviously.
And I mean, he's like steps ahead of him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'd almost say he's the one that has the ATM
He's of the Voidbringers.
powers, to be honest. Yeah, he's of the Voidbringers for sure.
So suddenly Wax hears... I said that. Yeah, so he pushed himself to the ceiling. A servant comes through to knock on the door to Kelesina's room, mentioning that someone is using allomancy nearby. Kelesina asks where Wax is, and he drops from the ceiling and points a gun to the room, but is surprised to see Kelesina...
I'm right here!
And he's surprised to see Kelesina is not with his uncle, but with a small box that is sitting on a table instead. So were you surprised that Edwin wasn't actually there? Yep, they've apparently made a radio.
Yeah, I was honestly surprised that they had radios after the way that Sayus speaks about like them not being that technologically advanced.
It was a radio.
It was a radio or like walkie-talkie type, like ancient walkie-talkie type thing, radio thing. Because it's like a two-way communication.
The way I thought it was just a phone.
No, it's definitely an older version than a phone. It's like pre-phone. So yeah, so chapters. But yeah, I was surprised that everyone wasn't there when I first read this.
Have either one of you seen Severance?
Yes, I love Severance.
Okay, so you know the box that the company speaks through?
Yeah.
That's what I imagine.
Yeah, that's what I pictured too.
They were talking about.
It's like,
yeah, I was like, it's just one of these little boxes.
It's like the little speaker, and then there's obviously like a microphone somewhere.
You watched the whole thing?
Yes, I have.
Okay, I haven't watched season 2 yet, so.
Oh, okay, yeah, season 2's good. Season 2's good.
I figured.
Yeah, Connor and I all watched it together. We were all like super excited about it. The last episode of season 2 came out like kind of like just before we went on our honeymoon, so we were able to like watch it before we left. You should watch it, Darkness. It's really, really good.
It really is.
I think you would like it, Darkness.
I think Darkness would get super invested in it, to be honest.
I was super invested in it.
I don't know. Seems like some nerdy shit.
No, it's really good, Darkness.
Wow.
It's really, really good. My favorite room is the goats.
Wait. You say that? Yeah, right. You say that, but then like, aren't you into nerdy shit?
I am also into nerdy shit. Yeah, he is also into nerdy shit.
No, yeah.
Like what?
Like this
D&D,
book series, D&D.
video games, this book.
Okay, I only do this stuff because my friends do this stuff.
That's a fucking line, you know.
Oh,
you
that's
tell
the
me like
only
you've been
reason,
reading
huh?
all sorts of books. You
I
are
don't know
not
what
just
you're
into
talking
reading.
about.
You literally told me last night you've been reading like another book series.
No, it's fine.
Such a fucking nerd, Darkness. I'm sorry, you're a
What
nerd.
are you talking about?
Wait. You're reading another book series and you haven't even finished my book?
I forgot about
Wow, that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
you. I did tell you to remind me.
I did at one point, but then I kind of just stopped doing.
Well, you reminded me not on the day that I asked you to remind me,
Wow.
and then I was
True.
busy that day.
Why don't
So
you
I
just
didn't
set
just do
a
it
reminder on your phone, Darkness? If you need to be reminded
So-
on a certain day, just set a reminder on your phone.
It's because then that's someone pushing me to do it.
Gosh.
Oh my god! So I have to push you to do something?
I finished
Pretty
the
much.
book.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm already on the 8th one of it. So.
Oh shit, are you actually? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yep. 8 out of 9.
God damn, dude. That's craziness. It's impressive. I wish I was able to do something like that. I struggle to like finish books
I
that I
mean,
want to write.
that's along with making like a bunch of other short stories too from the same
That's
universe.
crazy.
So
I've got a universe that I want to make a bunch of books for, and I struggle to get started on them. I need to. Anyways, let's finish going to chapter 16, final chapter. We continue with Wax's point of view as Edward speaks.
wait, 16 is our final chapter? I thought we were at 66.
No, it's 16. So we continue with Wax's point of view as Edward speaks out of the box on the table. Wax keeps his gun pointed at Kelisina as he speaks to Edward, who tries to distract him with some more information about a single casualty on the train that was attacked. Edward admits it's a distraction, but also states that it doesn't mean that it isn't something that Wax should be looking into. Suddenly, Wax is tackled by the servant, who seems to be a terrace woman who uses pewter. The woman then grabs Wax's dropped gun and shoots Kelisina with it. Maid had also entered the connecting room and began screaming that Wax had killed Kelisina, even though she clearly had seen what really happened. The terrace woman then goes to grab something from Kelisina's corpse before shooting the dead woman again. So what do you think about the terrace woman taking out Kelisina to try to encourage tensions between Ellendale and the outer cities?
Crazy. Uncle's just too many steps ahead of him, to be honest.
I'm fully convinced that bitch is named after Kelsey.
She is, definitely.
Kelisina? Yeah.
That's definitely supposed to be a female version of Kelsier.
Yeah, just not that good.
I mean, she ended the same way.
No, Kelsier definitely had a much more dramatic death.
Yeah, but she died.
And yeah, had a
She did
spike
not
in his-
survive. He got speared through the back and then bitch slapped his face off. So Edward warns Wax that the staff have orders to kill Wax, causing him to begin rushing out of the room and into the hallway. Several butlers were in the hallway with guns, and Wax carries the voice telegraph with him as he escapes into a servant's area. As he's escaping, he worries about whether Steris had been found or not. He is soon stopped by the terrace woman again, and they struggle until Melan comes to rescue him. The terrace woman tries to punch Melan in the head, but Melan is using a metal skull, so instead the terrace woman just hurts her own hand. Melan then rips off her arm to reveal a long blade coming out of her upper arm. Melan uses it to stab the terrace woman, killing her. Wax is shocked to realize the whole metal skeleton is made of aluminum. A bunch of men arrive with guns, and Wax is able to take the gun from the first one as he surprises the man from around a corner. Wax takes down the 4 men, and Melan is impressed as she mentions how her arm goes back on over the blade she had revealed. So what do you think about Melan's really awesome aluminum skeleton?
Fucking cool as shit. I just love her little comment about this. Like I need to have more bodies or something like this. All my bodies been really good. Or something.
I just love how she has a fully aluminum skeleton, and then so if you punch her, you're just fucked. But then also she has a blade, like a sword for an arm.
You see what I posted?
I did.
Does it have to be a spike? Can it
Oh,
be like a sword?
You have to.
I think it says blade. I think it's supposed to be like a long knife or a sword.
No, I meant like for hemalurgy.
Oh no, for hemalurgy, we learned because of Spook. Remember, he gets there's a guy that gets stabbed through with a sword and into Spook, and that's the hemalurgic spike that is used on him. They mainly just use spikes because they're like a more convenient shape, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But like literally any piece of metal can be used.
And she's using an aluminum fucking sword.
Yeah, so there's probably like a minimum like size. Like I'm assuming like a needle may not be big enough type thing, but like I think in general any piece of metal, if it's the right type of metal, can be used.
Like earth metal?
Well, what does aluminum do?
So your needle would not work.
I don't think you can use an aluminum spike.
Why wouldn't you be able to? It literally just removes powers.
That's what I'm trying to look at. Oh yeah, removes all powers. So yeah, so you could just hemalurgy, like it doesn't give you her anything, but yeah, she
but
could
it removes
just
powers.
Yeah, you're
and
right.
It's good enough to fight something.
You're right. She probably just did that and like removed this woman's pewter.
Isn't that why she's deflated?
I think it might be actually. I think you're right. I don't think I ever realized that, but I think you're completely right. She just like fucking sucked the powers.
You didn't even know. Oh my god.
I think she just sucked the powers out of her.
Smart.
So even if she wasn't dead, like she would just be like unable to. She'd just be a normal person now. That's fucked up. Imagine just like waking up from a fight and you suddenly don't have superpowers anymore.
Well, the thing is, you wouldn't wake up.
Well, oh yeah, I guess with female, they have to kill you anyways. Yeah.
But also, she had the opportunity to last longer in Shadesmar, and now she's just gone.
Yep, that's true. That's very true.
Wow, what a callback, Darkness.
So Wax then goes to check the Terrace woman's body and finds a gold bracelet that is a metal mind. And he assumes that this is what the woman took from Kelisina. He asks Melan if Kelisina had Terrace blood, but Melan doesn't know. He takes the bracelet and tells Melan to take the telegraph box and to grab any of his guns if she can. Wax then goes to find Steris, who is hiding in a shrub. Wax then grabs Steris and pushes them up through a skylight. As they make their way across rooftops using Wax's allomancy, he briefly updates her on what he's learned. Wax pushes them up high past the mist and finds himself feeling a powerful affection for Steris. He kisses her as they slowly descend back into the mist. So what do you think about Wax to be falling in love with Steris?
Fuck! No.
Me too. Me too.
You still so sure they're not going to end up together, Mythic?
No, I'm not. Not anymore. Fuck that. Like I said, fucking Brandon is just pushing the whole narrative.
They're so cute together. She brought him a
You know,
gun and she puked all over a table for him.
I'm not gonna lie, I fully
Yeah.
expected him to pick her up and just start fucking swinging Spider-Man style again.
I mean, he already does an intimate act when he flies with her, okay? So.
She really
Why is
enjoys
it
the
that-
flying.
Why is it that
I
in
bet she
every
does.
superpower situation where they can fly or they
Flying.
can
Yep.
have mobility,
They take somebody with them like that?
they
Yeah.
take somebody with them like that? It's side-eyeing Kaladin.
Yeah, Kaladin doesn't.
Well,
He
yeah.
does. Didn't he do it to Vin?
No, Kaladin,
No,
not
Kaladin,
Kelsier.
not Helen.
Oh,
Oh.
Kaladin. Oh, my bad.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair,
Hey,
Kaladin's kind of kept his
okay.
powers secret. He hasn't had a chance to yet. He's now only just revealed his powers to everyone at the end of the last book that we read.
Right, but the thing is, he dies in book 3, so...
Yeah, but I mean, during book
Yeah,
3, he
exactly.
could still do it. What if he doesn't
Not
die
if
till
he
the end
does
of
it
book 3?
What if it's just like...
Wait, what's the other guy's name that wanted flying?
Lopin?
That's the... Yeah.
Yeah, Lopin's the one that's going to do it in book 3.
Lopin
he's
does
gonna
like
be the one
impressing the women.
Or Kaladin's gonna take Lopin on a ride.
Oh, God.
And then he's gonna
That's-
take him flying.
So we switch to Wayne's POV as he and Marassi wait in the hotel room for Wax to come back. It doesn't take long before Wax arrives at a window with Steris in tow. Wayne tells Wax that they found out where the set are hiding, and Wax replies that he has ideas about what they're doing and some clues about the cube Marassi took. He then tells them to pack what they need as they head out tonight, as he may have started a war. Steris says she's already packed, and Wayne accuses her of stealing. Accuses her of stealing that from him, which she admits to, and he says she'll have to trade him something for it. Soon they're in a carriage heading out, leaving the hotel owner with a wad of cash as Steris calls out to her not to let the constables harass their staff too much. This poor fucking hotel owner, dude. I feel so bad for her.
The fact that she's
just standing there in shock, holding a whole bunch of money, being like, what is happening? Why are the constables coming?
The fact that Steris calls out the fucking stuff though.
Yeah, she's like, don't let them get harassed just because we murdered someone.
And also, it was part on this page of the list,
Yeah, it was specifically. She's like, yeah, it was the murder stuff was like on this.
It was like, framed for murder was on this page over here.
Yeah, like page 15, paragraph 6 or something like that. The poor woman's just staying there like, what is happening? I will never. I think she just needs to like get out of the hotel business.
Too much. I swear to God, she's got ATM, man. Knows too much.
We then skip forward in time to Wax staring out into the darkness, finding a cigar in his pocket and smoking it a bit. He hopes Harmony chokes on the smoke as it mixes with the mist, while he plays with the hemalurgic earring in his hand. Milan wanders over, now back in her female body, and Wax tells her that he feels he needs to go back to Elendel to stop the potential war, as if he goes to find the set, it'll seem like he's hiding from the murder. Milan wanders away, and Wax thinks about
I agree.
And Wax thinks about how they had barely escaped New Saran. They had purchased some horses and a carriage and had just barely outpaced the constables, although Wax had to break a gondola line to do so. Eventually he goes back to the carriage and tells Milan to drive to Dulcing. So what do you think about Wax's choice to continue going after his uncle and not bothering to warn Elendel about a potential coming war and how he got framed for murder?
I mean,
I think he could at least send like a letter.
He could have told Harmony to go fucking do something.
Steris will do it. It's okay. Steris can do all that.
Steris is going with him. Steris likes to be in danger. She's like, yes, let me come with you.
Yeah, but no. What I'm saying is, Steris can go. Send a letter and tell them.
Yeah.
All of
She'll be prepared.
She probably already did before it even happened.
That
she
was probably
already-
that was probably
Hey,
this part of her packing procedure. She probably has like a bunch of
She's like,
letters
hey, I'm gonna take this
pre-prepared.
letter.
She has like probably like 20 letters pre-prepared of different situations that could affect Ellendale, or like the fucking mayor or whatever, just like pre-prepared of like, hi, sorry, we've actually only done this. Be prepared. Hi, sorry, we've actually only done this. Be prepared. Just like pre-planned out letters.
Hey, by the way, I have this amazing power to tell the future, and I saw this happening.
So now we have our overview questions. Do you think a civil war is actually going to break out between Ellendale and the outer cities?
Yes, 100%.
Do you agree, Darkness?
Yeah.
If a war does break out, is it going to break out this book or next book?
Next book.
How far into the book are we?
We're halfway.
It happens this book.
You think it happens this book?
It's part of the standard lynch.
Do you think it's going to like maybe start during the Standard Launch, or do you think it's going to be like supposed to start and somehow concluded during the Standard Launch?
I think it's gonna be like midway. Like it's already developed and they're just gonna see like what's happening and then it might like conclude.
Okay. So do you think Edwin will really be in Dulcing, or do you think he won't be there, or perhaps even the whole place is unrelated and just like another distraction?
I'm gonna laugh. Oh, you know what I was gonna say too? The fact that the uncle is using the same type of fucking shit that Harmony did.
Ah,
Like it's literally the same fucking
evil
thing.
son of a bitch. Yet, for some reason, Harmony's not a bad person to Midnight.
I like Sazed.
Okay, but he's literally doing.
I'm not saying he's made I'm not saying he hasn't made mistakes.
Wait,
I'm just saying I like him.
Sazed. I like Sazed. I don't like Harmony.
I don't like Says.
Not the same people.
I like Sazed.
Power went to his head.
Yeah, I think. What do you think? Do you think Edwin will? Right. I don't know if Darkness actually answered this either. Do you guys think that Edwin's like the set stuff is actually going to be in Dulcing? Do you think
No, it's a red herring.
it's a red herring?
I'm gonna laugh if he's in fucking Andal the whole time.
He actually went back to Ellendale. There's actually things happening there. He was just like out of the city for a little bit just to distract Wax as more of the
Or
distractions.
what if he just never left?
I think he was pretty sure that he wasn't there. I think like Wax had like
Oh yeah.
was pretty confident about
Well,
that.
he was pretty sure that his fucking
Wax
wax
was pretty
dead.
sure. Yeah, exactly.
God damn, that's harsh. Also, do you think Wax will eventually cave in and speak to Harmony again? Because he's been like playing around with the
Yes,
hearing.
he has to.
He's like a little schoolgirl
has
trying
to.
to fucking like play with his necklace and shit.
What do you think's gonna like be what kind of convinces him to talk to Harmony? Is it just gonna be like things building up, or do you think there's gonna be like a specific thing that happens where he's like, oh fuck, I've got to talk to this guy now?
Death
I mean, probably.
in any form.
Sarah dies. I hope Sarah dies. That's yeah.
That includes Maurice.
He gets.
Yeah.
I hope Wax gets close to Sarah, and then Sarah dies.
And Harmony kills her too.
Yep.
Damn.
And
that'd be
then
fucked up.
years later, you find out that she was actually a Condra the whole time.
No. The thing is, she can't die till after they get married, because that's the pattern that's gonna come up. Because Leslie and him were married when she died, so we gotta wait till after she's married.
Yeah, he's accelerating his time stamp.
Oh, okay. So this time
Right.
it's gonna be engaged, and the next time it'll just be girlfriend status when they die.
Okay,
Exactly.
okay, but
and
you
then,
know what?
And then it won't even be any of that. It'll be his sister.
Just be crush.
what?
Oh. I was gonna
Do
go
you know
with
what
crush, not sister.
Do you know what would really hurt though? What if she plans for her death?
I'm sure she
And
has.
She's got like letters written and everything, and she's like,
I'm
oh,
sure-
wow.
I'm 100% sure.
This woman has atium. I'm telling you.
All right. Did you guys have any other thoughts or theories? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Atem doesn't even break that way anymore, huh? Or never.
ATM only let you see like 5-10 seconds into the future in the first place. So
Yeah,
Okay,
well,
but what if you,
she's
like-
she's a
I think
savant.
it was.
Okay.
I think it was. If you
Did
boost
you
it with
see a savant?
Duralumin, it like lets
She's
you
an
see
ATM
really
savant,
into
okay?
the future. I see.
She's been doing it for so long without even realizing that she just became a savant.
Nice.
I need there to
Um,
be a Mistborn game with like skill trees,
With skill trees.
and then once you hit the final one, you hit like a savant level. You know, that'd be
Yeah, but-
great actually.
I feel like it'd be less
Yeah,
a
okay.
skill tree and more of just like, say you're a Mistborn, and just like the more you use an ability, the more it levels up, and when you get to like maxed out level, you become a savant in that ability.
Oh my god, and that'd be great. You know how in like if you've ever seen Cyberpunk gameplay or like anything like that, you get to
Nope.
choose your factions. Like if you want to be like corporate and all that stuff. What if you just want to be on the Lord Ruler's side?
I mean, you could be. It would be like.
I mean,
you
yeah, like
just-
I mean, like Mass Effect with Renegade system, Renegade and Paragon system.
I think the thing is, if you're a Mistborn on the Lord Ruler's side, is just how you become an Inquisitor at that point.
Right. Right.
But yeah. Did you guys have any
You
other?
find a way to survive without being.
Do you guys have any other thoughts or theories about what's coming up in this book? Since we're halfway through.
Nope.
I feel like I
Chelsea's
get enough.
returning. Kelsier's gonna return.
Yeah, but that's probably gonna be later.
Kelsier is the metal.
He is the lost metal.
Yeah,
It's
he is the
calcite.
metal. It's calcite.
Oh my god. I was gonna say though, he did merge with Preservation's perpendicularity, so maybe he can make like Lerasium or something.
So like, what if he's just like
Or
there
become
taking a bath
whatever.
again?
He just like poops out the atium beads. It's like little like how like rabbits poop like the little tiny balls. He poops out metal beads. He poops out little atium beads.
Ew, midnight! I poop out god metals. It's fine. Take shitting
It's
gold
a
to a whole different
condition.
level.
Yep.
It's a condition, you know.
It's a condition. It's like
It's a
kidney stones,
post-mortem
but worse.
Yeah, after I died, I started shitting god metals.
Man, that just make him even more of a god. To be honest.
But yeah, so next time we'll be reading chapters 17 through to chapter 20.
Okay.
That's gonna be, so we're gonna, is that 4 chapters? Yeah, we're gonna be reading
Forget-
4 chapters.
Don't forget to pin it this time.
I pinned it. I pinned it last time too. What are you talking about? I just removed the pin. So yeah,
No,
so
you never remember to
I
pin.
always pin it. I've forgotten
Darkness
like
always
twice.
pins it.
It says
Yeah,
right there,
Darkness always
midnight
pins it.
pinned a message. So yeah, chapter 17 through 20. It's also going to be the start of part 3 of the book. Is there 4 or 5 parts? At least 4. Let me just check. Yeah, so start of part 3, and there are 4 parts to the book. So yeah, we've literally finished, pretty much exactly half, because yeah, it's like, we finished 2 of the 4 parts. So yeah, and then thank you to our Patreons. Thank you, Hubris, Calvin Dies in Book 3, Kyle, and our new Patreon, Lawrence. Thank you guys so much for being our Patreons. We really, really appreciate you, and we hope you look forward to our next episode. Bye!
Bye.